It's Lonely Juice. You know we keeping it juicy.
Spilling truth with a smile so sweet. Talking all the buzz from the blogs and the tweets. From the headline to the hometown streets. She bring the flavor, can't nobody compete. It's something juicy with Nani Juicy. Talk of the town, yeah, she got the news. Keeping it fun, keeping it true. It's something juicy, keeping it juicy too.
All right, you guys, let's get into something juicy. So many things that popped off just over the weekend that I want to get into. And the first one is actually, the first two are a little bit sadder, but not. We just got to talk about them, okay? Because there's an issue going on in our community where gunmen and these thugs out here are harming innocent children. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, because at least 4 people were killed and 10 others wounded in a mass shooting at a young girl's birthday party in Stockton, California on Saturday night, November 29th. The county sheriff's office over there reported that this appears to be a targeted attack and the gunman is currently still on the run. They confirmed the ages of the deceased. This is what's so crazy, y'all. 8, 9, 14, and 21 years old. Those were some of the ages that were that actually deceased from this shooting, you guys, that occurred just before 6 p.m. at Monkey Space, a banquet hall near a Dairy Queen restaurant over there in that area of California. Now, as the gunfire erupted, emergency dispatchers received several 911 calls reporting numerous victims, including children and adults. Upon arriving at the scene, deputies learned a 9-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 15-year-old were among those injured. Local social media outlets also report that local rapper Gano was hosting a party for his daughter, where fellow Stockton rapper MB Nell was also in attendance. Both are from the Musty Broads Music Collective.
I'm done.
And so
I'm done with these new rappers, bro.
They're saying that this was a targeted incident because the rappers who were in attendance at this birthday party were the people who they were obviously trying to get, allegedly. Now, the shooter is currently still on the run, like they said, but it's just so crazy to me, because I understand that people be having beef, right? I understand it be street beef out here or whatever it is that's going on that you shouldn't put yourself in to begin with, especially if you have family, if you have loved ones, because now today, these guys and these shooters out here, they don't care where you at. They don't care who is around. They don't care if it's your mama house, your granny house, if your kids are in the car. They gonna come shoot up whatever it is just to try to get you. And I think that is just a crazy mindset and mentality to even have, that, hey, I don't care about these kids at this child's birthday party. I'm going to shoot this thing up regardless because I got beef with you. I don't like you. I'm trying to unalive you and really take the soul and the spirit around this holiday time from your family to try to knock you down and get you off your rocker. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that's wild to me. I felt like back in the day, like there used to at least be the code. You know, like wasn't it a code, Ben Jammin, where they said don't injure no women, don't injure no kids, handle your business with that man up front. You know,
some people live like that. When you talk
that's
about,
out the window.
You know,
that's terrible.
When you talk about real masculinity, that's how they move. You know, no women or children. Like when you roll back the movie Scarface. You know, in Scarface, you know, the whole reason why he decided to turn on one of his accomplices or whatever is the fact that his accomplice wanted to kill, you know, children and somebody's wife and wanted to blow up the car. And Scarface was like, hell no, we don't kill no kids. You know, we don't kill no kids, man. However, you know, these new age people, new age rappers, you know, do come with some demonic ideas sometimes, man, that do go and influence the masses to do some heinous things. Like, I'll never forget, you know, Biggie had once said, you know, don't you know my nigga Gutter kids, he says, don't you know that my nigga Gutter kidnaps kids playing their booty and throw them over the bridge. That's how it is. His stuff is laid out. Forget all that beef-ish. That stuff is played out. So that's what Biggie said. And that was back in 1993. So, hey, it's 2025 now. And I also want to say, Juice, look, you be asking me why I don't be listening to these new age rappers? Because these new age rappers be having some dumbass names. Okay, Gano.
Well, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it.
Gano.
It said Gayno.
It could have been Gano, whatever.
And then MB Nell.
MB Nell. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm done with these.
Or it could be MBNL.
I'm done with these acronym ass names. I knew everything was done when rappers like NLE Chopper start popping up. I'm like, NLE Chopper, what in the F is that? Don't get me wrong. Like when I first started listening to NLE Chopper, I was like, okay, this dude actually got some skill. He's somewhat talented. But now you see this dude trying to diss NBA YoungBoy, and just the way this man is dressing on over a diss record, he just want NBA YoungBoy to diss him. You know, so they all got this new mentality that I just can't rock with. I'm too grown for this stuff, man. I'm too grown.
I think you definitely are a little bit too grown. This is out of our age range.
This is some young boy stuff. Let them
but you know what? Some crazy stuff
they need God.
Some crazy stuff that's going on with these younger kids too is when it comes to these Twitch streamers, right? Because they are doing some crazy stuff online that's being caught on tape. Because the next thing that I was going to bring up, just really quick, because I just think it's wild that it was captured on tape. But there are some Twitch streamers, Melt and Kick streamer Marino Live. They were banned on Twitch following a high-speed crash. Did you see that online? It has been all over my timeline, at least, on all of the blogs of this accident that was caught in real time. So 2 popular streamers were banned from their Twitch platform after a high-speed street race crash in Georgia on November 29th, which was broadcast live to thousands of viewers. Twitch streamer Melt, known for in-real-life driving content, had 3 passengers in his car while streaming, and Kick streamer Marino Live, I think that's how you say that, or Marino Live, however you say his name. Yeah. They were following behind in a separate vehicle, also live streaming the drive that they were doing, like this high-speed chase. So footage shared on social media platforms showed both drivers speeding through late night traffic before the crash. The clips reveal one of the drivers cutting across multiple lanes at high speed, losing control and striking the rear end of Melt's car. Yeah. Viewers heard screams as Melt's vehicle spun toward the highway median, and then a second clip shows Melt's car heavily damaged on the shoulder, while authorities confirmed several people were injured. Thankfully, no one sustained life-threatening injuries. Now, the reason why I'm even bringing this up is because it was going viral all over the weekend, mostly like yesterday. And one of the girls in the car, you could see like the people in the car looked like they didn't have no seatbelts on. So everybody's like, why are they not wearing any seatbelts? And then what made it so sad, y'all, was there was a girl in the front seat, and as soon as the car like crashed, you saw her almost like accept her fate of whatever it was that was gonna happen, and she just quietly put her hands over her eyes and like kind of like slouched over, almost like she was embracing for impact, or she was just embracing for whatever was to come next. And so everybody's like, man, the girl in the front really just was accepting whatever was next, and how she just slowly just put her hands over her eyes and just tried to brace for impact was just crazy. But the reason why I'm even bringing this up is because we have a lot of people who are streamers today who are doing a lot of things in real life, in real time. And one thing that you should not be doing is driving. You should not be driving while you are on a Twitch stream. Like, that was the whole reason for all of those campaigns of don't text and don't drive. You really aren't supposed to be streaming and driving, let alone in a race on the streets with real people, with real lives. Like, that's not something that you guys should be doing. But Twitch has banned them, like I said, and they were saying that this isn't the first time that this Twitch streamer does these like high-speed chases in real time on live. And so I just want to say we're going to probably see a whole lot more stuff being done on these streams, because we just had Ray J pulling out guns on his stream. I want to say it was like earlier this year, maybe, there was like a shooting that erupted in Vegas on a live stream, and it just can get really dangerous when you have fans and people know where you are in real time. Like, if they want to do some damage to you or some harm to you, they could just pull up and just do it, you know? So we have to be really mindful of the activities that we are actually going to be putting on like a live stream, because it might get even crazier as time goes on, and they really need to find some way, I don't want to say to regulate it, because it seems like they're banning people who are doing these types of activities, but it's still just really crazy. And I want all the streamers to know, like, you don't have to be that outlandish where you're driving and racing on real streets while you're live streaming. Like, figure out something else to do. You are not no race car driver, all right? Only race car drivers need to be doing that type of stuff. Speaking of race car drivers, did you see Jay-Z and Beyonce in that race car for, what is it called, like F1 or something like that?
No, I ain't see that at all.
They hit speeds of like 200 on the racetrack.
Yeah. am.
Yeah.
And,
Crazy.
I haven't driven 200 miles per hour before, but I got up to like 180 before. I know,
You?
Yeah. I know,
Where?
I know a few streetcar racers, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You know, but,
Y'all
I know some people.
You
man.
are not no professional. You shouldn't be doing stuff like that.
They're professional enough for me.
Who?
I'm not. See, look, that's what the police.
No,
do.
I'm
Who?
saying.
What?
No,
Why?
I'm saying. Are
When?
you talking about you?
Look,
Because you said you went 180. You're not no professional. That's what I'm talking about.
Saying, and I actually am very professional. You've never
You
seen
just
me.
ain't crashed your car this weekend on some ice.
It's things happen, Juice. Okay, things happen.
No.
You can't prepare for every little thing. All right, you can't. All right, but things happen, and just to let you guys know, when the police did come, they said it was an act of God. Okay, it was an act of God. So who am I? Who am I to stop God? Well, God want to happen. It's gonna happen. Okay, it was an act of God, and that's exactly what the police officer had put down on my. Well, not even. I didn't even get a ticket actually. It was just the police report. Okay, that's what he put down.
Don't be going 180 miles per hour. That's dumb.
Look, all
You
I'm
too
saying
grown
is
for that.
I've lived a good life, all right, and I just know some people who know how to drive cars, okay?
Whatever.
But no, Juice, I feel like that's it's stupid, in all honesty, man. If you on Twitch and you going that fast, I think a lot of people are doing things for shock value, especially when it comes down to whatever content they want to make, because people in these days focus is just trying to go viral, trying to be major streamers, especially this younger generation. They feel like becoming streamers is the best way to make some money, you know? So these are the types of things they're going to do. I think we're going, as we advance into the future, as we're going into 2026, we're going to start to see more and more people become more like the characters you find on Grand Theft Auto. 100%.
Which is unfortunate. That's not how it should be.
Hey, Grand Theft Auto raised these kids, though. It did.
Josh said I'm funny. Thank you, Josh. He doesn't think so. I know I'm funny.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, I want to move on to Money Long, you guys, because Money Long has announced her exit from the Brandy and Monica Boy Is Mine tour. I know we had talked about this earlier this month, actually, where I was praising the tour I was praising Brandy and Monica and also Money Long, who was on that tour. But now she has announced her permanent exit from the Boy Is Mine tour, claiming it's not safe for me to continue. This is what she said on Saturday, November 29th, as she took to her Instagram with some heartbreaking news for fans. The R&B singer confirmed her exit from one of the most anticipated live shows, Brandy and Monica's The Boy Is Mine tour. She ultimately cited health issues as her cause for leaving. For years, Money Long has been completely open about her ongoing battle with the autoimmune disease lupus. The condition has already resulted in several missed stops on the tour, which began on October 16th, and filling in for some of those cities was Maya, which we said did a really great job when she was filling in. Eventually, Money Long returned to the stage at the top of November, but saying that she was feeling better than ever before. However, things have definitely changed, and that's just how quickly lupus can switch up on you. They say that she has been notably winded on stage, even needing to take a moment and sit down to complete her brief opening set. While pushing herself to the limit, Money Long now reveals it'll do more damage to continue. So she sends love to her fans, and yeah, she's just saying thanks y'all so much. I'll be back and better when I can. But that just really sucks, having lupus. I couldn't imagine having like a disease like that can just switch at the drop of a dime, you know, and to feel like she has to continue even while she wasn't feeling well. No, you have to get your rest. You have to take care of yourself. But Maya was doing a really good job, y'all, when she was filling in for Money Long on some of those tour dates. Yeah. And so some people are like, yay, you know, which is kind of messed up, because the reason why Money Long ain't in there isn't in there because of her disease. But Maya definitely will be able to hold it down. Everybody was looking forward to having Maya. They were like, Maya need to be on all the tour stops anyway. Okay. And she does fit a little bit better with the OG women of R&B when it comes to Kelly Rowland and Brandy and Monica and you know, that whole group there.
Not for real, man. I gotta go on Trey Tay real quick. Trey Tay in the chat, he's going pretty hard on Money Long right now. He says Money Long should just stick to being a songwriter, you know. And I have heard this from other people that Money Long is better as a songwriter versus an actual performer. Some people just, you know, they're a performer. They're supposed to be the performer. They're supposed to be the face out there touring and things like that. But some people, you know, are saying that, hey, she's just better as a songwriter. Me personally, you know, I think that this right now is Money Long's time to shine. This is everything she has been putting and working towards for her career, is to be up on that stage. It's just unfortunate that, you know, it seems to me that her downfall just may be autoimmune disease called lupus that she has no control over. You know, and it's unfortunate, man, because so many people in our communities suffer from lupus. Like my mom right now has lupus, you know. So, my mom.
I think
yeah. My mom has lupus right now, man.
Prayers to her too.
Yeah, and like I said, it's an autoimmune disease that you really can't control. You know, one day you up, next day you down. And I think Money Long is doing the right decision, making the right decision by bowing out from this performance. To go on tour takes a lot of energy out of anybody. To go from city to city, state to state, and then be able to perform. I don't even know how long her sets were, but those lights get pretty hot when you're up there performing. So it's just one of these things that, man, you would definitely have to put your health before anything, because if you're not healthy, you can't really be your best self. And then secondly, like, it's so many different artists out here right now who are suffering either financially or health-wise, because, like, you know, Justin Timberlake, right? Justin Timberlake, he's been on tour, but he's been battling Lyme disease this whole entire time, and I've been seeing a lot of people.
Even Childish Gambino, how he had to cancel his tour because he recently announced that he had a stroke.
Yeah.
And had like holes in his heart or something like that.
Yep. He said he had a hole in his heart. So it's just like, man, like, you
Justin
know.
Bieber.
Yeah,
the list can go on and on, honestly. And people who need to take more control of their health, and they have to cancel things in the process.
Right. And I just find it, you know, I think in these times, it's kind of like what Kendrick Lamar had said, you know, when the doo-doo hits the fan, are you still a fan? Because I've seen people, you know, start to turn on Justin Timberlake, although he's been in the game 20 plus years. Now that he has his own Lyme disease thing happening to him right now, and he's not being able to perform, you know, people are, you know, throwing bottles at him from time to time now, or talking bad on him, like, man, Justin Timberlake just need to go home and sit down. And partially that is true, but another thing about our artists is we want to be able to serve the people, especially if you're a person who is somebody who sees themselves as a people pleaser. You know, a lot of times a lot of these artists are trying to please the fans to some degree, and they want to be able to go out and give their best self. But as I said before, you're not able to if your health isn't up. So I would recommend to anybody out there, from Justin Timberlake to Money Long to, you know, Donald Glover, you know, just go out there, man, and take a rest, man. Get some rest. You know, go home, get some rest. You know,
I think
God
too,
bless y'all.
even before, you know, when she was even on the tour and she wasn't she was always battling lupus, but before she had to like take a pause for the cause, I think people didn't necessarily want her on the tour anyway, not just because she didn't really fit, but because she didn't. But I think that women right now are kind of upset with Money Long and some of her comments that she's been making, you know, when it comes to like Mariah Carey. I feel like she called out Mariah Carey recently because there's like a viral clip of her doing like a cover to a Mariah Carey song in honor of Mariah Carey, and she's in the front and she's not really showing her no love. And, you know, Mariah's like, listen, I don't really like it when people cover my songs, you know, so yeah, I didn't really have a reaction when you were up there singing to me or singing my song to me. It didn't really make me feel no type of way. But people are upset with Money Long, with her coming out talking about Mariah Carey. They're coming out saying that Money Long was disrespectful to black women because I think this was like some months ago now, where she was like, yeah, black women be talking mess about me, but really I just look like they mamas and they aunties and all this other stuff. You don't want to get on a black woman's bad side, y'all, because once you get on a black woman's bad side, like, they will cancel you and they will not rock with you no more. So I think that definitely has something to do with it as well. But prayers still to Miss Money Long, and I hope that she heals from everything and just feels better about it. All right, moving along to, you guys, T-Pain. I love me some T-Pain. I love the evolution of T-Pain. I love that T-Pain is still relevant today in 2025. I love the comeback of T-Pain. But right now, he is somewhat in the news because of his comments that he made on Club Shay Shay, talking about just the industry and, you know, one of the lessons that he has learned. He was on Club Shay Shay in the interview, and I believe Club Shay Shay, or Shannon Sharp, I should say, asked him about, like, you know, what's one of the biggest lessons from the industry. And he was like, man, everybody is not your brother. Okay, they claim that they're your brother. They claim they're gonna have your back. They claim that y'all, you know, brothers for life. Like, we in this for life. Like, man, what would I do without you? All of these things, right? But really, it's just transactional, and really they just want something from you, and really you have to know and be able to separate the two between when someone really and truly is your brother or when they're just trying to use you. Right. And he's like, I would have rather have just known right up front that something was going to be transactional versus me truly thinking that I am, you know, like, we are brothers, because I don't feel like it's reciprocated. You know, when I'm going through my stuff or when I need something from one of y'all, it doesn't necessarily happen, you know? And so one of the names that he called out was DJ Khaled. And so the headline that came out after this interview was T-Pain says F DJ Khaled, you know? And so T-Pain now has come out and he has clarified his comments, saying, well, I definitely didn't say F DJ Khaled, but I'm from Florida and ninjas apparently can't understand how fast I talk. I said effing DJ Khaled because I was about to start a list but decided to just move on. It's still love. I just learned how to move around ninjas now. So he wasn't saying that. He was specifically just saying, like, oh, F him. He was starting a list of people he was about to name, and then he kind of just stopped at DJ Khaled because he didn't feel the need to just continue naming off a bunch of people who he feel like was not his brother for real. And I don't know. I appreciate the messiness of him even name dropping DJ Khaled, because what do he really do for real? I'm really just trying to figure out, like, as a DJ and as an artist, like, how did he get so big and how did he get so popular? Because it seemed like he the type of person to, like, use somebody and use whoever it is he needs to use to get to the top and just crawl his way up there. And I feel like that's why he's even up there to begin with. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like, I'm personally not playing a bunch of DJ Khaled songs on purpose. Like, if it happened to come on, yes. You know, we got that one song, what's that song, everybody? Win. Nope, that's not his. Juice. Don't he got a Win song?
Win. No, that is his song.
Win. Yeah. And so it's like, yeah, we play that when we want to win. That one too. But it's like, okay. I'm not really. He's all right.
Oh, okay. DJ Khaled is an executive producer. I can get the vibe. DJ Khaled is an executive producer, also actually a real life DJ. Came up way in the early 90s, alongside actually Cash Money in them.
That's fine.
You know, and then eventually got on with the Terror Squad and stuff. But I think DJ Khaled made his own lane. Has he used people along the way? The DJ Khaled lane.
What is it? Describe it.
I would say, you know, in the era where we had like the Gangsta Grills mixtapes with my hip hop lovers are gonna be mad at me. Anyway, look, at a time when DJ started to do the whole mixtape thing, I think DJ Khaled started to capitalize on that era and wave of where we were at in the game, and he just made it a lane for himself in that and became the number one person that you went to for it. It's almost like when, you know, what is
the lane of, exactly, Josh Jermaine. He says he's a culture vulture. He definitely exploited hip hop for the bag. He's in the lane of being a culture vulture.
Come on now, he always been about hip hop though. It's one of them things where, you know, I think everybody has a little Indian friend, you know, or that be at the corner store, you know what I'm saying? But he cool. I think that's where DJ Khaled get his swag from. Like, everybody always just mess with him. So he became who he always was. Now, has he used people along the way? I think he has. Like, I think he did use Ace Hood. I think he did use
Akon.
I don't think he used Akon. I mean,
one city at a time.
Yeah, that was collaboration though. That's collaboration. Ooh. You know, Ace Hood.
I'm gonna say Akon.
Yeah, Akon is still alive and thriving. And
Akon doing his own finessing, jigging and finessing.
And that's real. That's real. I mean, but at the same time though, you know what T-Pain was talking about with the whole brother thing. I agree with the man. Like, you really don't know who really with you until you know. You know, like, it's people in my life that I've definitely was like, oh man, that's a brother. of mine, and that's one of my best friends or whatever. You know, and it took me years to understand, like, bro, this person really not that. Like,
Facts.
you know what's so crazy is like, I was just with one of my best friends yesterday. He legitimately one of my best friends. I talked to him about him to you a couple times. You know, you guys are both Libras. You know, but I was with him yesterday, and we was talking about a childhood friend of ours who ultimately, you know, when I moved to the south side of Racine, he was my first friend on the south side of Racine. But later down the road, he would be a friend who would start breaking into my crib and stealing things out my crib. You know, so I had to cut him off, and rightfully so, that's what I did. And then years later to find out, you know, that he's out here still doing the same things. So it's just one of these things, man, where, you know, you really don't know who's for you until a situation arises or occurs. But, you know, I would say this to anybody that, you know, you just need to be your own best friend. You know, you don't necessarily need friends out there. If you have them, cool. It's a luxury of life. But, you know, learn to rely on yourself, because not everybody's going to be there for you. And I wish I didn't have to put it that way. I wish we had more brotherhoods and sisterhoods that, you know, people could really rely on. But it seems like today, everybody cares about being more of an individual, you know, and that's how you
it's gotten worse over time, for sure.
Yeah, like,
and, you know, I've said this to you.
DJ Khaled.
Like, I 100% agree with what T-Pain is saying, even on the women tip. Like, I don't trust many women out there anymore, like, at all. I truly don't. Yeah. And then even with us, when we were on the radio and all the things that we were doing and all the stuff that I was doing, like, I felt like a lot of stuff that people wanted from me was very transactional. Like, oh, I can easily just get on the radio show and promote whatever it is I need to promote. But it's like, did you listen to the show? Like, are you a fan of the show? Do you watch the show? Or do you just want to use me and use the show to promote whatever it is that you got going on? And definitely switching that up moving forward, but it's just unfortunate. And if that's something of what it is, if it is just transactional, I'm with T-Pain on that. Like, just let me know. Just let me know, because it seems very like a one-sided transaction, because I'm not asking nothing from anybody at all. It's always the reverse. But it's just interesting, and it only gets worse, I feel like, as you get deeper and deeper into the industry. And it's harder.
No friends in the industry.
No, Drake was real with that one, because it does get really difficult as you move up in the industry, because people become even more fake, people use you even more, and they backstab you often. So you just have to really be mindful of who you're around, what you tell stuff to people, because they're not always going to have your best interest at heart, but you just need to know that and grow some like really tough skin.
Agreed.
All right, you guys, that was Somethin Juicy. Right now, though, y'all.